Hi, I'm Michelle Simmons.
And I'm Wendell Ford.
And we're here today to honor one of America's most inspiring leaders of the civil rights movement.
Stay tuned for highlights of this year's Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. Parade celebration.
Welcome to the 40th annual Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. Parade, one of the oldest and longest running events right here in Liberty City.
And we're here today to pay tribute to Dr. King, America's greatest champion for peace and justice.
As one of the most celebrated speakers in history, I quote the illustrious doctor, "The time is always right to do what is right."
And that leads us to this year's theme of empowerment, Be the Dream.
In other words, believe in yourself and your ability to make a difference. And I believe it's about time to get out of the way. I can hear the parade approaching. So enjoy. You ready to go, Wendell?
I am ready, and I know everybody is too.
All right, have fun. Yes, we have the Florida Highway Patrol, determined to provide citizens with the highest level of professional service possible.
Quote, their mission is to promote a courteous manner, a safe driving environment through aggressive law enforcement, public education, and safety awareness.
Yeah, and every year they start us off. I love it. I love it. There's no better way to start a parade than a lot of noise. If you were asleep, you're not anymore.
Not anymore.
You know where you are. You are at the MLK parade in Liberty City. You know, you have to commend FHP. I see them all along 95. Even sometimes when I don't want to see them, I'm trying to go a little faster than usual.
Oh, yes. They do a great
They're
job.
out there doing the work, trying to reduce the number of crashes and just preserve and protect human life, which is so important.
Absolutely. And
especially
aggressively.
in this day and age.
That's right. And aggressively enforcing the DUI laws.
Oh, well. And there we have the color guard. I just love this. I love the discipline of it. I love to see them in that lineup, that formation. I think it's great.
Absolutely. The Florida Highway Patrol Color Guard is leading the way, followed right behind the Miami-Dade County Police Color Guard.
Okay. So the honor guard is comprised of specially trained uniformed officers who participate in more than 70 ceremonies. And do you know they got to do this entire parade, Wendell?
That's a long walk. That's a long walk.
Holding that flag, staying in formation. As I said, I just admire it. I think it is just commendable. And they're here every year with us.
Every year. And right behind the Miami-Dade County Police Honor Guard is the City of Miami Police Honor Guard.
Okay. Thank you for your service and just being a part of this great celebration. And next we have our county state attorney, Miami-Dade County State Attorney, Catherine Fernandez-Rundle, who has been serving us for 24 years, Wendell.
Wow.
Prior to that, she was dedicated for 15 years as an assistant state attorney, and she served Janet Reno.
That's right. As a matter of fact, the bus you're looking at is called Justice in Motion.
Yes,
It's a mobile neighborhood service unit equipped with the state-of-art technology for community-based interviewing, public education, and community outreach.
You know, it's like their float. They're here every year as well, so that's their float. And we have the Miami-Dade Corrections Color Guard coming in right behind. This is an honor guard unit that has participated in national memorial services in Washington, D.C. And they have been in the Orange Bowl Parade. They've been a part of the Florida Marlins games, Miami Heat World Championship parades.
They are indeed very active.
Yes.
And serve their departments very well.
And now the Florida Explorers. Now that group I love, and you know why.
Kids.
You know why. I love to see youth involved. And that takes a lot of discipline at that age.
Absolutely.
To be focused and doing somewhat a position that you would find as an adult.
That's
so
right.
I commend them.
Yeah, many of those young people go on to become police officers themselves.
Yes, love it. Of course, cheerleaders excite me. I was a cheerleader. I
Oh, really?
loved it. I had so much fun
Right.
being a cheerleader. They are leading the way for the MLK Parade Committee that is coming in on their own float. Dr. Marshall would be so excited and proud to see this.
Yes, he would.
Yes. It's comprised of all the committee members, office staff, and their families.
It's a great day for a parade, Michelle.
Yes, it is. Gorgeous.
Yes.
Giving us a shout out. We've got sun, we've got a nice breeze. This is a gorgeous day.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely.
The rain stayed away. Yay!
Michelle, we see some motorcycle officers from the city of Miami Beach.
All right.
Right behind them is the Miami Beach Honor Guard. Several honor guards here today.
I know.
Great representation from the different departments.
Exactly. And they, every year they're performing dozens of high visibility, high profile ceremonies just like this.
Yes.
So we thank them for participating in the 40th annual. This is the 40th parade.
And just a side note, the Miami Beach Police Department was the first in South Florida to officially adopt the body cameras.
Oh, wow. Okay. So that speaks to their ability to want to bring people to justice, have transparency, show exactly what's going on out there.
Absolutely.
Can appreciate that. So we have Miami Beach Police. Don't you love these antique cars?
Yes. That is really nice.
I can just appreciate how well kept they are, how they keep them going. And again, this is Miami Beach Police.
It's amazing the car is still running.
And Miami Beach Police, the force is led by their police chief, Daniel Oates, who is not originally from here, originally from New Jersey and is a transplant, but of course, I'm sure he feels like he's right here at home.
Oh, yes.
And the cool thing about Miami Beach is they also police using boats.
That's right.
Isn't that awesome?
That's the Marine Patrol.
That's the one. If I'm going to be on the force, I want to be in a boat or on a motorcycle. I'm going to be in the boat with McGruff, the crime dog. So again, Miami Beach Police. So I see some of our elected officials are headed down through the parade.
It's like Senator Oscar Brannen. And of course, Oscar Brannen II has served as a member of the Florida State Senate since 2011. He's currently presently the 35th District. He currently represents the 35th District.
Okay. And right behind him, Audrey Edmondson, who is now the vice chair of the Miami-Dade County Commission. Liberty City girl.
Yes. Yes.
Up there on that boat. Like I said, if I was going to be on it, I need to be on a boat as well.
Oh, yeah.
I just love it. I think I see my friend Misty Brown on the boat with her.
Yeah, she also represents Little Haiti, Overtown.
Commissioner of District 3. So Commissioner Audrey Edmondson doing a great job.
And here's Jackson Health System. Of course, Jackson Health System is a nonprofit academic medical system. It is dedicated to building the health of the community and providing a single high standard of quality care for residents of Miami-Dade County, regardless of their ability to pay.
Exactly. That's so important. There are so many people who are either underinsured or uninsured, and Jackson welcomes anyone who needs their help.
Well, Michelle, here comes my old alma mater, the Miami Carroll City Marching Chiefs.
All right, I didn't know that was your school. And
Oh, yes.
It's their marching band, and it's led by Director Scott.
Yes. As a matter of fact, the marching band has been referred to as the soul of the school. The school is famous for diligent coaching and talented kids.
And home of Flo Rida and Wendell Ford.
Yeah. Let's have a listen.
School of Celebrities. Take a look at that Coca-Cola truck.
Oh, wow.
Another antique. Can you believe that? Look at the catchphrase at the top. Every bottle sterilized. You know, my grandfather would only drink Coca-Cola out of a glass bottle.
Really?
When he was alive, yeah. When
Wow.
the cans came out, he didn't want to have anything to do with it. But did you know Coca-Cola was used as a medicine, Wendell?
Wow. Really? Oh, that's right. It was originally invented in the late 19th century by John Pemberton. And of course, he had been wounded in the American Civil War and became addicted to morphine. so
he found something else for people to be addicted to. Because I was addicted to Coke from a very little girl. I broke that addiction. Oh, wow. Good information. That's really good information. I had no idea. And now we have the Miami Fire Rescue. You know, Fire Chief Maurice Kemp is a part of the parade every year since he was appointed in 2009.
Wow. That's good. We really, truly appreciate the participation of all the departments.
Very interesting history about City of Miami Fire Department.
That's right. Fire Chief Morris.
It was formerly created to do what? 5 men gathered in a Miami beer parlor? That's how they created it? I guess that's the goodest place as any. Miami Fire Rescue. I love the uniforms. I mean, crisp and sharp and ready to go.
Yes.
I guess they change out of those in the event of an emergency.
Oh, yes. And here comes an antique fire truck from the city of Miami.
Love it. Love it.
That's so cool. It reminds me of the old movies.
Yes.
The classics.
Yeah, classics.
Now, this City of Miami fire truck, it's Mayor Thomas Regalado. And of course, he is a former broadcast journalist and current mayor of Miami. He also served as a news director for Radio Mamba, WAQI.
I think his daughter is in the vehicle with him, Raquel.
Yes.
She was a school board member not too long ago, ran for mayor. Also part of this parade, Carlos Martinez, the Miami-Dade public defender, walking in the parade. I can appreciate that.
And of course, he is the first Hispanic to be elected to such a position in the United States.
That's great. History making. I love it. I really do enjoy watching people walk the parade. That is commitment.
Yes.
That is drive. That takes energy. I just love bands.
Oh, yes. Matter of fact, Booker T. Washington opened its doors in 1926.
Wow, historical.
Yes, and it is the second oldest public high school built for the black community in Dade County.
And their football team is tremendous. We cannot leave them out. Led by Earl Tillman.
Oh, yes. Have the City of Miami Solid Waste Department. Of course, they provide services to more than 68,000 homes within the City of Miami. Using modern automated collection vehicles, the Department of Solid Waste continues to look for newer and more effective ways to improve the quality of your neighborhoods, your community, and your environment.
You know, one of the last things that Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. did was galvanize solid waste workers to protest, and not so much protest, but come together to make sure they got better wages, better rights. So
that's right.
This is very fitting on MLK Day.
Absolutely. And you know, Michelle, you mentioned earlier about Dr. King going to support the solid waste guys in, I think it was Memphis, Tennessee.
Yeah, Memphis, Tennessee.
You know, speaking of Dr. King, did you know that there are currently more than 730 cities across the United States that have a street named after Dr. King?
Wow.
Yeah. On this Miami-Dade fire truck coming, it's Mayor Carlos Jimenez. Jimenez, that's right.
Carlos Jimenez. Mayor of the largest county in Florida. Also, Russell Benford on that truck with him, one of his deputy mayors.
Of course, Mayor Jimenez is responsible for the leadership and management of an organization with over 26,000 employees and an annual budget of approximately $7 billion.
Yes. And on the next truck, Commissioner Jean Monestime, as well as the chairman, Esteban Bovo. So we have all of the commissioners out and about on this very awesome day.
Oh, yeah.
Chairman Bovo was newly elected, so he's just starting, newly elected as the chair, not as the commissioner, as the chair. So congratulations to him. And Commissioner Monestime does an excellent job in his district, District 2.
Yes.
Representing everyone.
Well, that's what it's all about.
First Haitian American commissioner. Now we have coming up the Children's Trust. I am so glad they slipped in between fire rescue and collections. Children's Trust is dedicated to improving the lives of the children and families in Miami-Dade County. And I don't know how many people know, but it's actually something that the people voted on, twice approved by voters.
Right, and of course the Children's Trust is making a significant contribution to this community.
Very significant. A lot of services are funded by that trust, so we thank them.
And you know, I love their motto. It's all children are our children.
Exactly.
In other words, we don't leave anybody out.
Nobody. So that's the Miami Beach Fire Rescue.
And of course, they were formed in 1920.
Wow.
And officially established on January 26, 1921.
I think they have an interesting story too. You know, how they all came together. 96 years old, that department is. Wow. And again, dressed to the nines. Just love it. crisp white shirts.
Here we have Commissioner Keon Hardeman, and of course, he was elected the youngest member of the City of Miami Commission since adopting a district system in the 1980s.
Native son of Miami. You know, he comes from a big family of elected officials and community activists, born and raised right here in Liberty City.
That's right.
Scott Project.
Homegrown.
He was an assistant public defender for Miami-Dade, where he represented hundreds of clients from the Miami-Dade County community, and probably one of the only elected officials I've seen so far, other than the public defender, who's walking the parade.
Oh, yes.
I love it. And right behind him, on his fellow colleague, Commissioner Francis Suarez, who represents District 4, working diligently to raise standards and just support his community where he was born and raised.
That's right. He's a graduate of Florida International University.
They do a great job. And we have school board member Dr. Dorothy Bendross-Mendengal, who represents School Board District 2. You know, you can always rely on Dr. Mendengal for her support. She is a lover of children, but she's the best dressed commissioner, a board member, I should say,
Yes.
on the entire board. Always looking fabulous, so.
She's served the community for several years very well.
Yes, and has been a state representative as well from 2000 to 2008, and is now a school board member. And on November 17th, 2015, she was elected the first African American female to be vice chair of the school board.
Wow, made history.
Great history.
Michelle, it's time for some more music.
All right, I love it.
Here we have the Miami Central Senior High, home of the Rockets.
Rockets, all right. You know, these are very historic schools. Another school opened way back 1959.
Wow. Now, the band director is John McMinn, and the principal, Mr. Gregory M. Bethune.
All right. I'd like to hear what they're going to play on this parade.
Well, let's check it out.
Let's check it out. And there we have Commissioner Cynthia Stafford, who represents the 109th Legislative District. You know, they call her the daughter of the district, born and raised right here in Liberty City. She was first elected in 2010.
Oh, yes.
And let me tell you, she is one of the sponsors of legislation to repeal the controversial Stand Your Ground law in the state of Florida. So
That's
that
right.
takes a lot of effort, a lot of guts.
Mm-hmm.
And she is so sincere. I've known her for such a long time. She is a wonderful, wonderful person.
Wow.
And has worked hard for this district. So she deserves the title Daughter of the District.
And we also have State Representative Daphne Campbell. Well, she's born in Haiti, and she moved to Florida in 1981 and was elected to the House in 2010.
So,
She's also served for quite a while also. She has a long history of public service with over 24 affiliations, such as PTA, PTSA also.
all right. She's a wonderful person as well. I mean, very personable, working hard for her district. And then next we have Commissioner Frank Carollo. City of Miami, floating on a boat. I just think it's such a wonderful representation of our diverse community in this parade. We find members from every side of the county, even though, you know, there's another parade that's also held here, this one being the longest running. But I just love the diverse group of representation that we see in the parade. And
Absolutely.
And it's so important at this time in our history and our lives to just join and do what Dr. King would have us do.
Exactly.
Unite.
He would have loved the diversification.
Next up, the Transport Workers Union, near and dear to my heart. You know, I worked for Miami-Dade Transit for 8 years, and these are our bus operators. They are 2,000 employees strong, and they represent rail, mover, metro mover.
Guess you can call them the movers and shakers.
Yes, the movers and shakers. They were founded in 1934. So that lets you know how long they have been working to ensure that people are transported on time.
Yes, and of course the Miami-Dade Transit is the 15th largest public transit system in the United States.
Wow.
That's pretty large.
Yeah. I can tell you as a former employee, they work hard.
Wow.
They work hard under various conditions and circumstances. I mean, up until the last minute, they're out there if there's a hurricane or anything going on. And very eco-friendly as well. They've got great, hybrid buses?
Right?
Yeah.
Exactly. Currently, there are 11 hybrid buses providing services along Southwest 8th and Flagler Street.
Yeah. So I love the buses. They call them, they're articulated, but we call them Artics. I love the buses where if you're on the back end of that bus, it's a fun ride, because if you turn a corner, the front end is going to go before the back end.
You know, it just amazes me how those drivers are able to even maneuver those vehicles, because they're very large.
And if you get an opportunity to take a look at that last bus, it has a shot of Dr. Preston Marshall on the side in memory.
Oh, yes.
Along with Dr. King. He would be so excited to see himself on that bus. But he's here with us in spirit.
Yes, and as we know, he did a great job for several years.
One dream, one community. Thank you so much, MDT. City of Hialeah.
Oh, yes, I love that float.
I love that music. They are in the parade every year.
Every year.
So we want to thank the City of Hialeah for representing, showing their support of this wonderful parade.
Martin Luther King Jr., I Have a Dream.
I'm not sure who that is, who the king of the float is, but he is getting down. Do it.
Yes.
I love it.
I love it too. And of course, here's the City of Hialeah Fire Department. Oh, and they join us each year also and do a great job. And their fire department has its beginnings with the City of Hialeah as it was incorporated in 1925.
Wow. Been going on a while. That's good. You know, Miami-Dade County has so many municipalities. Sometimes you don't know the history of all of them. So to know that Hialeah has been a city that long.
And of course, the City of Hialeah Fire Department responds to emergencies from 8 fire stations strategically located within 23 square miles.
They have a hazmat team. They are ready for any emergency, protecting and serving.
They also have a fire cadet program also, and was established in 1985.
Okay.
Those young men and women that would like to become firefighters one day. Here we have some cheerleaders from FIU, Florida International University.
And some members of a variety of Greek organizations as well.
Yes. You know, Michelle, FIU is Miami's first and only four-year public research institution, and with more than 56,000 students, is among the 10 largest public universities in the country.
Okay. Various campuses with a lot going on. They even have a medical school now, which I think is just awesome.
Wow.
They've got some good dancing skills too, from what I can tell.
And on this beautiful float coming our way, we have FIU's fifth president, Mark B. Rosenberg, as well as FIU administration and faculty.
Looks like we got a king and queen on that float too. Like the older women that want to show what they can do. I love their float. That's exactly what we were emphasizing today. The time is always right to do what is right.
Absolutely, that's our theme.
It's part of our theme. So thank you, FIU, for your participation and being in sync with this year's theme, Be the Dream.
Well, here comes the FIU marching band now.
I tell you what, they are getting down. And isn't that just a parade song? All right. There we have the 5,000 role models of excellence.
Oh yes, of course they were founded by Congresswoman Frederica S. Wilson. And of course the mission of the 5,000 Role Models of Excellence project is to give minority boys hope as well as the vision of greatness to emulate in their
I remember when they
everyday
were
lives.
500.
Here, Michelle, we have Charles R. Drew K-8 Center, Mighty Marching Rams, featuring the Royal Rams dance line.
Look at them.
Yeah, these young people are doing a great job. Having a lot of fun, too.
Yes.
That's right. They also have a magnet program that consists of art, music, theater, and dance under the direction and leadership of Ricardo Doom. Here's the African Heritage Cultural Arts Coalition, the AFCAC. Of course, it was founded by the late Dr. Carlton G. Fisher and is under the umbrella of the JAC, that's Joint Alumni Coalition Incorporated.
Next up, the Jesse Trice Community Health Center, which has been providing comprehensive primary health care services to the residents of Miami-Dade County area since 1967. It was the first federally qualified health care center in South Florida, Wendell.
Wow.
Yeah. And this year is really a milestone for them. They're celebrating their 50th anniversary. So congratulations to the
Yes.
Jesse Trice Community Health Center.
Also, they have a mobile outreach unit that provides community health screenings.
I think that might be it coming down the way.
It sure is.
It's always so helpful to know that services will come to you in the event you can't get to the service.
That's right.
So you've got elderly people, you've even got young people who can't access services, so it's great to have a mobile unit.
That's very true. And of course, they have 11 comprehensive primary care sites and 40 school-based health locations.
So we thank them for participating in this parade and for their service
Yes.
to Miami-Dade County for 50 years.
In this truck, we have members of the Be Right Leadership Academy. And the Be Right Leadership Academy is a private K-12 school that promotes each child's unique social, emotional, physical, cognitive development through arts and technology. The vision is to not only teach students how to use technology, but to provide the skills needed to be successful in the 21st century.
Like that truck.
Nice.
Coming down the way in some fabulous outfits. North Miami Senior High School. These look like the majorettes, but this is going to be their marching band.
That's right. Home of the Pioneers. Their band director is the principal is Darryl Branton.
It looks like they're directed by Mr. Frank. So, Mr. Frank, thank you so much for leading these youngsters and giving us a great band to take a listen to.
Yes. Here's the International Free and Accepted Martin Masons Incorporated and Order of the Eastern Stars History for illustrious Renford P. Brown Grand Lodge.
You know, I remember when I very first saw the Eastern Stars and the Masons, I didn't know they had such a deep history going back to the 1950s.
Absolutely.
So it started with Brother Thomas Nelson when he served as president of the Joint Council from 1953 to 1954. And then it expanded, and that kind of propelled them through the entire state of Florida. And so in 2007, they renamed it to Renford P. Brown.
And of course, Humana is one of Florida's leading health benefit companies and is pleased to once again sponsor this year's annual Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. Parade
Humana?
right here in Liberty City.
Thank you. One of Florida's leading healthcare employers. They've got over 10,000 associates all across Florida.
And they've been doing it for more than 30 years.
That looks like a float you would recognize one day.
Oh, yes. Miami's #1 for hip-hop and R&B and a leader in our community for over 25 years, 99 jams. Of course, the director of branding is Jill Strata, and Rob Babin is vice president and general manager for Cox Media Group. See the assistant program director, call him Big Mac, is on the float.
Don't we love when they throw candy? Throw
99
some over
jams.
here. And right behind them, Hot 105.
Odd 105.
They've paired up with 1-800-411-PAIN, and I know why, because 411-PAIN is probably one of their biggest advertisers.
Yes, it is.
But thank you, Hot 105, for being a part of this parade.
Yes, 1-800-411-PAIN.
Great hits and oldies, just like we like them. You can depend on Hot 105 to give you all of the information that's going on in the community, and we love them for it. Thank you.
Yes. Here's North Miami Middle School. The band director is LaToya Harris. Their mascot is the Tigers.
Let's see what they got.
They sound great.
Come on.
And Michelle, we have UTD.
United Teachers of Dade.
That's right, and of course, they're Teachers of Dade and a union of professionals who work to advance the cause of public education. And of course, we educate students, empower our members, and work with parents and the community to build a stronger Miami. President is Mrs. Carla Hernandez Matz.
Thank them for always participating. I think I've seen them every year I've been
Every
out here, so we appreciate them very much.
Yes.
Thank you, UTD.
UTD. Well, Michelle, I see some really fancy cars coming up, including one classic.
Right. So we have Miami Norland Middle School, home of the Huskies.
And their band director is Dr. Damon Richardson.
I think Norland Middle is also a visual and performing arts magnet school, is it not?
It sure is.
Okay. All right.
You know, these kids don't seem to be concerned about how long this parade is. They're just having a great time.
Yeah, that's called vitality and youth.
Well, I remember those days.
Although there have been some other people walking the parade.
That's true.
Not quite as young.
That is true. we have the Honorable Dr. James Bush III, who is a senior evangelist, teacher of the James Bush III Ministries International, and a long-standing advocate for people and communities. He has provided leadership for and represented the hearts and minds of the residents in this community for 4 decades.
And coming behind the Miami Norland Senior High School, the home of the Vikings. I was a Viking.
Oh, really?
My high school. I'm not from here, but my high school was Vikings.
Oh.
As their marching band is currently under the direction of Mr. Daryl Baker, and they just moved into a brand new $43 million facility.
Wow.
How about that? Great band. I got some great majorettes, and it sounds like an amazing band coming our way as well.
Here, Michelle, we have the Miami Union Academy, and of course, Miami Union Academy is a 100-year-old institution formed on the principles of Seventh-day Adventist Christian education. The Miami Union Academy exists to nurture academic excellence, affirm each student's talents and gifts.
That's amazing. They have dual enrollment at their school as well.
All right, it's fully accredited.
Yep. So guess who we have now, Wendell?
Well,
The Bulls.
Miami Northwestern.
The Bulls. They are some serious
Here's their honor
football
guard.
players. Yeah.
That looks like the drill team.
Miami Northwestern Senior High, home of the Bulls. Principal is Wallace Aristide.
Yes, and the band director is Chad Norton. And of course, Miami Northwestern Senior High has more than 53 years of history. And by the way, Michelle, their band is a superior rated band and has performed for crowds that have exceeded 50,000 people.
They even performed for the president in 2008,
That's
President Barack Obama.
What a huge honor.
Miami Northwestern is located right here in Liberty City and has been in its entire existence.
That's right, and of course they are the proud recipient of the Florida Bandmasters Association District 16 Marching, Concert, and Jazz Band District and State Superior Plaque.
53 years of history. I'm telling you, graduates of Northwestern are serious. If you mention any other school, they're highly offended.
They have a lot to be proud of.
I meant to mention that Cynthia Stafford, Representative Cynthia Stafford, is a bull.
Well, let's hear what the band's going to play for us today. The Miami Jackson Senior High Marching Band.
All right.
Home of the Generals. band director is Lawrence Rowe.
All right. Let's check them out. And next up, Overtown Optimist Club.
Oh, yes. As a matter of fact, the cheerleaders won first place at the local level competitions. So a big congratulations going out to them.
And their cheerleaders won first place at the local level competitions as well. So congratulations. Congratulations to the Lady Tornadoes of the Overtown Optimist Club. Got their trophies.
Very proud.
And the Richmond Perrine Optimist Club brought their dance team, also community-based, and they have performed the hit The Wiz. Can you believe that? So
Wow.
They've gotten lots of accolades as best choreography, best theme, highest score overall. And I am very excited to announce that my sorors, the women of Alpha Kappa Alpha Sorority Incorporated, are representing today. Yesterday was our Founders Day, so
really?
happy post-Founders Day. And thank you so much for being in this parade. Don't they look marvelous?
Go AKA.
Just gorgeous in pink and green. I love it because, you know, Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. was an Alpha, which is our brother group. And we are the two oldest sorority and fraternity out there. We
Very
were
good.
established in 1908, so we always say, if you can't be first, there's always second or third.
All right.
I'm starting a little something here, I know I am. To anybody else in any other sorority or fraternity, big ups to you, but there is something to being first.
Well, you were speaking about your brothers.
Mm-hmm.
Here they come now.
So they were established in 1906, and we were established in 1908, and Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. was a member of this illustrious fraternity.
That's right.
Oh, here we go. Here we go. Here we go. This is the Beta Beta Lambda chapter. They've been active since 1937.
Wow. And here we have the International Longshoremen's Association. Well, the International Longshoremen's Association, the AFL-CIO, is the largest union of maritime workers in North America, representing upwards of 65,000 longshoremen.
Wow.
That's a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Here we have Dr. Steve Gallen III, who is an elected District 1 school board member for the Miami-Dade County Schools.
Yeah, recently elected, so congratulations to Dr. Gallen, longtime educator who was a classroom teacher. I know he was a principal, senior high school principal, and it looks like he's a rattler.
That's right, another alumni of Florida A&M University.
Awesome.
Well, Michelle, are you ready for some more music?
Yes, I am.
Well, here comes the North Miami Beach Senior High Marching Band, home of the Chargers. Wow, Michelle, look at this beautiful
That
float
is
coming.
gorgeous.
My, that is the Mount Sinai Missionary Baptist Church.
Wow, they put in a lot of work on that one.
Yes, they're affectionately known as the Mount. And of course, you know, this is a historic Missionary Baptist Church and was founded by the late Reverend Page in 1917.
Wow, I love that. They are celebrating their centennial this year.
Wow.
So congratulations for 100 years of service. And this is the first time that they're in the parade, so we want to thank them. They came out in full effect.
Yes,
They said,
did.
if I'm coming hard.
Wow. It's a beautiful float.
So Jordan Grove Missionary Baptist Church has been in the heart of the community for 60 years.
Wow.
And Pastor Douglas is celebrating his 49th anniversary as the pastor of Jordan Grove. He is here every year singing
Every
his
year.
heart out, entertaining. I love to see him.
Every year.
They are always so honored to participate in the parade, and they will continue each year to celebrate Dr. King's dream. So thank you, Jordan Grove Missionary Baptist Church. Thank you, Pastor Douglas, for getting down. Look at his hair. I just love it. He's so distinguished. I love it. All right, the grand finale. Don't you love that?
Oh,
The
yes.
Chunk of News. All right.
Here the
See,
carnival
first
still
of all,
walking.
we have to educate everybody. Junkanoo is a celebratory parade with African roots, which started in the Bahamas in the 17th century to preserve the African cultural traditions. How about that?
Wow. Beautiful colors. We hope you've enjoyed this year's parade celebration. I know I have.
We would like to extend a special thank you to Father Errol Harvey of the Church of the Incarnation for so graciously allowing WLRN to use this location as they do time and time again and to televise the parade.
And on behalf of the staff and crew at WLRN, I'm Wendell Ford.
And I'm Michelle Simmons. Have a wonderful night.